Today I will be interviewing Kitty Antlers, writer, millennial, and person.
Hell yeah.
Alright, started.
Are we being recorded now?
Yep, interviewing Kitty Antlers.
What's up? Hello.
Just give me a brief explanation about you.
Oh god. I'm a hot millennial dumpster fire, and we love her for that.
Oh, is that your bio?
Yes. I'm a millennial. I got opinions. I'm dumb as a box of rocks, but I think that I'm not.
Okay.
Stellar, shining, sparkling explanation of me.
Have some uniqueness with this? Okay. Alright. Alright, I already asked you this question, but what is one goal you regret not doing 2023?
Oh yeah, I didn't answer this really well. One goal, no pressure.
Take as long as you
I wish
want.
I'd been nicer to my ex.
So wait, how long have you not been with this person?
I was with him 10 years. Yeah, we broke up in March
Oh, wow.
of 2023 because I was in a bad place. Depression is real and it affects your life. And I was not. He didn't require much. He just kind of wanted me around, and I was never around.
Oh, okay.
I just sat at home.
What was the reason that you weren't
We
around him that much?
we lived in different places because we're actually divorced. Oh god.
Oh, dang.
Oh, god. This is why we should start a podcast. I got the long stories.
Alright.
So he has a house with friends.
Yeah.
As many millennials do. I'm staying with relatives because I have like a spinal condition, which is its own other story that we're not talking about this minute.
Okay.
Yeah, but like ever since we divorced, we've been kind of dating. We were kind of dating off and on, and we anytime we were on with our off and on is a red flag, y'all. Like.
True.
Anyone you're off and on with, every situation, of course, is unique. It's a red flag to, reconsider within yourself. Just think about it twice. But yeah, we were doing that. And when we were on, we were great and we were happy. But I kind of was in a bad way, and all he really wanted was my presence. And
Okay.
there was like, sometimes like an entire month went by, and I wasn't there.
Oh.
And and it wasn't that I didn't like him or I didn't particularly want to be around him. I mean, he's still one of my deepest and dearest friends.
Yeah.
But like I was in a bad way, but it went on for too long. It went on for a couple of years, and that can kill a relationship when you just don't see somebody. It wasn't that he met somebody else or anything like that. Sometimes that can happen. It didn't happen in this case, but
True.
just like he really wanted kind of nothing more than my presence, and I wasn't doing my presence was not being offered, I guess.
Just went on too long and stuff kind of just happened over time.
There were little ways on both sides, me and him. Where there were little ways on both sides that the relationship kind of wore down over time. Just little and that. Yeah, poking and prodding at it. The divorce was a big one.
Okay.
We had our differences, but we were so solid until the divorce, and then we were off and on.
So, was he the reason, or was it, like, what was the reason?
It was a little bit of both of us, and it wasn't something you could concretely say, like, oh, he cheated, or I broke his Xbox or something crazy. Like,
oh yeah,
it wasn't big things. It was just on my end of things, I wasn't around a lot, and on his end of things, I'm not an easy girlfriend to be with. Just for today, let's just leave it as I am moody and sensitive.
Okay.
And I have the better. I have better sense, like, but I have moments, and yeah, there were some times that I was kind of being toxic. It was mostly me.
Okay.
I wish I'd been better to him, even if down the line we still ended up not being together. I just wish I'd been better to him because he was never bad or less than to me. Relationships are nuanced, and it's not always black and white. It's not always like the plot of a rom-com or something, like this ex-boyfriend was a jerk and now the new boyfriend is so nice. Like, sometimes you both try and one of you falls short.
Sometimes things are just
and
different.
The other one doesn't want to be a part of that. It was my fault.
The main thing that I want to show on this is that they're like to show people that people are different in certain ways. Like there's
People
different.
are different. People are complex. People are all on an individual journey, and people are flawed. But it's about like there's A, how bad are the flaws, and B, are they trying to grow and learn from their flaws?
Yeah.
Are they trying to listen to others about their shortcomings? Being single is actually not the worst. A relationship is a fantastic bonus. Like there's a lot of comfort and companionship and joy. There's a lot of things that a relationship can be for you and the other person that y'all would not get on your own. However, you can also be on your own. Relationship stuff is just a bonus. It's the happiness, you gotta find little things that make you happy. Things to do, things to see or be a part of. Like, it may or may not involve other people, like friends and stuff. It may or may not involve them. For example, like, if you like painting, or if you like something really niche, like making little, I don't know, Model T Fords from scratch or something. If it makes you happy, find the time in your schedule or make a little bit of time in your schedule for that, and just do little things for yourself. Like
just keep yourself occupied.
Dumb example. It's not quite keeping yourself. It's a little bit that, because keeping yourself occupied can keep your mind off stuff, but that's not gonna sustain and fulfill you. What's gonna fulfill you is finding the things that fulfill you, things that make you happy, bring you joy, make you feel just good about yourself and about life.
So try to make yourself feel good and other people around you. Try to be better.
Yeah.
Better where you are.
It's kind of like airplane safety. You put the oxygen mask on before you put it on the child. Like, you can't help others unless you help yourself first.
Okay. So you gotta.
And I'm not saying make yourself the center of the universe. That's not it at all. I'm saying, like, among all the people all the things that you need to do, find that little niche of time for your thing that you enjoy.
Try to help people if you can in the moment. Like if someone falls down, help them up, kind of thing.
Oh yeah, for sure.
Okay.
And we should all help each other, of course.
Wait, so what is a passion you had in your early teens? Something you wanted to do?
So, going way back there, I had more passion than sense. I wanted to be a pop star. So this was before, I'm old. This was before Taylor Swift. I wanted to be Britney Spears, but I wanted to write my own lyrics.
Okay.
Because I'm a writer. But I'm slightly tone deaf. I cannot carry a note with my voice. I don't have the singer, the pretty trilling and undulations, like, a beautiful bird, a beautiful angel. I don't have that in my singing voice. And also, I got no coordination or rhythm. So I love to dance. I love to sing and dance. And I'll do it without care. I don't care what anybody else thinks of it, because it's not their concern what I'm doing. But, I'm not good at it. Objectively, I was not meant to do it. But yeah, in my early teens, I really wanted to do it. I'd make up little dances to Britney Spears and NSYNC songs, and it was,
Okay. Do you write scripts for things, or what do you write mostly?
I've written scripts before. Written a butt ton of stories.
You know those documentaries of other people on YouTube, and then those commentary channels talk about them?
Yeah.
Dude, if you wrote one of those for me about a YouTuber, I would make the video on it.
Which YouTuber?
Any of them. If there's something interesting about them, the downfall of them or the rise of them, something like that,
Have you heard of Onision?
Is he a commentary channel?
Well, if you're curious, you can just look up Onision among the commentary channels. He's not a commentary channel. He
Okay.
was not a good person.
I can I can draw and stuff. I actually know the full anatomy of the
Yeah.
entire body, human body, like what it looks like and
So
everything.
writing, whether it's fiction or nonfiction. I mean, with nonfiction, maybe you have like kind of a loose template that is expected. But in general, it's just like you're talking to somebody, but the thoughts are organized. It's not
True.
just shooting the breeze, but it's like talking to somebody.
Have you ever written a documentary on like YouTubers and stuff online before?
I've never written documentaries. I'm gonna be so straight with you. I've written scripts though
Is this something you wanted
that I
to do?
never finished. I want to do all of it.
Oh, but you just didn't have the editing and all that?
I didn't have the wherewithal to take on everything that I wanted to all at once. I didn't have the time management or what would be called prioritization skills to really organize it all. So yeah, so 36 years it hasn't happened. I wonder what our fictitious documentary would be about. I'm imagining something like, do you remember 2013? You know, Animal Planet was a very trusted channel. Yeah, they talked about real animals and shit. You know, it was documentary like we're following the animals across the savannah and stuff, you know. But then in 2013, they did a whole thing on mermaids, and they did it super serious, and it kind of fooled some people, and then people were outraged. But
you did a documentary on that, that'd be amazing.
Like that. Oh, on that whole situation?
Yeah, like just
Or
situation.
Documentary on mermaids.
Yeah. Because like now, there's YouTubers that speak their opinion on certain events that happen on YouTube or just anywhere else.
Yeah, but if we do fictitious documentaries, no one's doing that.
So.
Or like, I shouldn't say background project, I should say second project. And then tomorrow, I could do the first project.
Do you write the scripts on paper or Google Doc?
You're gonna laugh. Or maybe you'll be really fucking perplexed. My Google Docs is full. I can't make new ones.
You have that much?
Yeah.
Wait.
I'm a writer.
How many stories are there?
That said, it's how many poems. But that said, I have secondary like notes apps sort of things and word apps. I can make it work, but I'm not quite sure how I guess
that just tells me how passionate you are.
Like,
holy cow.
It's pretty much all poetry. Okay, so worst comes to worst. I could probably send you it as like, you know.
Wait, so how many pages are in your Google Doc?
I don't know. There's so much shit on it. There's a couple years of it. Because I've been writing, so like, I've been telling stories since I could talk. And then, how long have I had a smartphone? I was 19 or 20 when I got my first smartphone, and I can promise you 1000% ever since then I've been like putting docs in. Maybe Google Docs wasn't around yet, but it was my notebook.
Okay. So you have like stories upon stories?
My stories are few and far between because I'm terrible at finishing them. However, the poetry, I have quite a bit of poetry. Most of it, well, actually not even most. A few things are brainstorming. Most of it I think is finished poetry. But whether or not I think it's good and shareable is another thing. But, I mean, that's how it goes, right? We are all our own worst critics.
True. Like, for example...
Sorry, I'm so easily distractible. I saw something in the window behind you, but it's lights, and I'm the worst. I'm sorry.
No, you're fine. But yeah, it could be even like just 5 hours. Like, what's the longest you spent in one sitting writing?
Over 24 hours.
For real?
But I'm not like...
That's amazing,
normal,
actually.
And I don't know, because I used to stay up for like 3 days at a time, and I was not well. I was not okay.
How? I could never do that.
I was writing poetry, but like, yeah, quite a few mental health things that were not good, and not sleeping was not helping any of it.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Is there any channels that you think you can make a documentary, like a 5-minute one?
You want to be a drama channel, don't you?
It could be good, drama, or anything. I don't mind either one.
Okay.
It could be about the channel. It could be drama.
You probably want something interesting, right? So, do you want something like positive and uplifting? Or do you want like, this is the tea, this shit is bad, the world sucks? basically.
One with The World Sucks usually does tend to do better, but either one.
Hear me out, and we could get a good few minutes out of this with little research because I know a lot about it. Have you heard of Eugenia Cooney? Have you heard of her?
I think so. It's recognizable. Eugene, what?
So it depends on how deep into dark stuff you want to go. She is a YouTuber. She's been a YouTuber for a long time. She is very sick. She's extremely anorexic, and she probably doesn't have long left. Yeah.
She the girl that got big on TikTok?
The thing is,
yeah,
people, no, she didn't get big on, she was around before TikTok. She's actually been banned from TikTok, I think, a couple times, but only for like 24 hours at a time.
Okay.
But like, so people have been covering her a lot. You would not be the first. It would not be a new original video. It would get.
I would create it in my own way.
I do have the info.
Okay. Oh, really?
Like in my head, I mean, like I kind of know her. I've been following her. She opens up just the subject of her. Opens up things like eating disorders in young girls, how she affects young girls, how people interact with her. Like she has friends who are not really friends to her, like Shane Dawson, Jeffree Star, sketchy ass people.
Oh yeah.
And then there's also like her mom is like, there are so many different avenues.
Dang.
Like her whole story is actually really sad, but also she's not completely innocent either, because she quite obviously after so many years knows she's getting the clicks and views because her body looks shocking. There's some, now it's only rumors, there's nothing confirmed, but it really seems like there's some like internet creeps who like little anorexic girls, and they tell her to do things like move this heavy makeup chest across the room. Oh, that one's like 2 years old. But also like she has accidentally flashed people, and everyone's like, oh my god, she knows what she's doing, she knows she's getting views, and maybe, but it really seems like she just doesn't fit in the clothes. Like it's a whole rabbit hole, and it's there's stuff within her world that it brings up topics that beg to be explored, but then there's also like just in general like young girls and eating disorders, and she's not actually that young anymore. She's approaching 30, and her 30s is where your body kind of stops being forgiving about these things. Yeah, it's a whole thing. But since it relates to, I mean, at least surface level, the top of the iceberg, it relates to like issues of women and girls and eating disorders. I don't know if you want that on your channel like right off the bat.
Oh, I would think this would be perfect.
Really?
Yeah.
We will not be the like I said, we will not be the first. Everyone has covered
this.
Everyone. Every so often you see someone else covering it. Like, yeah, it's like every 3 to 6 months, another couple dozen people are covering it. Like, it's not. But the thing is, they're all covering it because it's the shocking thing, and it's this whole rabbit hole. Like within her world, how she affects others, and how others affect her, and the larger conversations about girls and women in general and these issues. Like it's a whole thing. I don't have many promises. Like I might end up writing it out and making it just right, and it might end up being 15 minutes, but there's a lot to cover, and it might be longer than 15 minutes.
The longest I want to do is like at least 2 hours or an hour. Either one works.
But yeah, she's always been into fashion and modeling, and like 10-ish years ago, she was a cute girl, kind of skinny, but she looked fine. And then just over the years, at first it was a slow decline, and then it just whoosh. She actually had a rehab stint and gained some weight, but then within a year and a half, it was all coming right back off.
Is it because she's starving herself?
Yeah. She said once, oh Lord, I bet I could probably find this clip. But she said once that, okay, so again, this dark, heavy subject matter, right? But she said once that she's never thrown up, she just doesn't eat.
Ow. That's actually crazy in today's generation, like, not eating enough.
Yeah, we're in, an age of, like the fat positive movement and stuff.
Yeah.
Eugenia Cooney. I'm Googling her real quick. Actually, if you or your podcast listeners Google her, which actually we need to put big trigger warnings that no one could miss.
Like the start of the video.
Because this can trigger people with these kind of issues big time.